September 8th, 2025. A Tuesday afternoon in Hollywood, California. Inside a tow yard, employees are going about their usual work when they notice something wrong. One of the impounded vehicles, a 2023 Tesla Model Y with Texas plates, is attracting attention for all the wrong reasons. Flies. Dozens of them. Swarming around the car. And a smell. Even on this unusually cool Los Angeles day, the odor is unmistakable. At 12:30 p.m., they call the police. LAPD arrives within minutes. They approach the Tesla carefully, pop the front trunk, and there, inside a bag, they find what they feared. A body. Severely decomposed. The smell overwhelming. One of the officers runs the license plate through the system. The results come back immediately. Registered owner, David Anthony Burke. To most people, that name means nothing. But to millions of fans around the world, David Anthony Burke is known by another name. D4VD, the 20-year-old musician with nearly 40 million monthly listeners on Spotify. The artist behind some of the biggest songs of the past few years. The kid from Houston, who went from making Fortnite videos in his bedroom to selling out concert venues across the globe. And just like that, a rising star's world comes crashing down. But this isn't just a story about a celebrity and a dead body. This is a story about warning signs ignored, about lyrics that might have been confessions, about a 14-year-old girl who loved Hello Kitty and may have been hidden in plain sight. This is the story of D4VD and Celeste. Let's go back to the beginning. David Anthony Burke grew up in Houston, Texas, raised in a deeply religious Christian household, homeschooled for 4 years during high school. By his own admission, isolated, alone, spending most of his teenage years in his bedroom, playing Fortnite and making montage videos for YouTube. He needed background music for his gaming content, so he started making it himself. Just a kid with a phone and an app called BandLab. Nothing fancy, no studio, no producer. Just David, recording songs in his sister's closet. He uploaded his tracks to SoundCloud, made them royalty-free, told other Fortnite creators they could use his music without getting copyright strikes. Smart move. The songs started going viral. Not for the gameplay, for the music itself. But David still needed money. So he got a job at Starbucks. Until one day, his manager pulled him aside, accused him of theft, said he'd been using an unauthorized discount code. David claimed he thought it was an employee perk. The manager didn't care. He was fired. Looking back now, David called it a blessing in disguise. More time to focus on music. He casually dropped 2 songs on TikTok, Here With Me and Romantic Homicide. No record label, no marketing budget, just a homeschooled kid posting songs he'd recorded on his phone. Both tracks eventually surpassed 1 billion streams on Spotify. Record labels started calling. David's parents thought it was a scam, phishing emails, fake offers, until they were flown to Los Angeles for real meetings with real executives. David signed with Interscope Records, part of Universal Music Group, one of the biggest labels in the world. In 2022, he had 118,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. By 2025, that number exploded to 38.5 million. He opened for SZA, performed at Coachella, moved into a $20,000 per month mansion in the Hollywood Hills. The first concert David ever attended was his own. He'd never been to a live show before. Suddenly, he was headlining a 50-show world tour. And he built his entire brand around one theme: death. Hearses pulling up to concert venues, caskets wheeled onto stage. His alter ego, Itami, always dressed in a blood-soaked white shirt and white blindfold. Funeral wreaths, bloody roses, dark, theatrical, artistic. Fans loved it. Critics called it genius. David called it his aesthetic. And then, on September 8th, 2025, art became reality. Back to the tow yard. The Tesla had been sitting on a residential street in the Hollywood Hills for weeks, maybe longer. Neighbors noticed it. Texas plates. Never moved. After 72 hours in one spot, they called it in. The tow truck hauled it away. And that's when employees noticed the smell. When LAPD opened the trunk and found the body, they immediately secured the scene. Called in forensics. started processing evidence, but they couldn't identify the victim. The decomposition was too severe. No visual identification possible. For 8 days, the body remained a mystery. Meanwhile, news of the discovery leaked online. TMZ broke the story. A body found in D4VD's car, severely decomposed, possibly dismembered. The internet exploded. But here's the thing. Nobody thought David was involved. He was on tour, hadn't been in Los Angeles for weeks. The car had been sitting there abandoned. Clearly, someone had stolen his Tesla and dumped a body in it. A spokesperson for David released a carefully worded statement. David was made aware of the news along with everyone else and is cooperating with authorities. Made aware along with everyone else. As if he just found out. As if this was happening to him, not because of him. The next night, September 9th, David performed a concert in Minnesota. People who attended said the energy was normal. He threw plushies into the crowd, signed autographs for young fans, put on a full show. But there was one difference. No casket. No hearse. The funeral imagery that had defined his tours was gone. He also kept telling men in the crowd to stay performative. Nobody understood what that meant. And when the concert ended, there was no encore. David just ran across the stage, shouted, "I love you, Minnesota," and disappeared backstage. 8 days after the body was found, the medical examiner finally makes an identification. September 17th, 2025. Celeste Rivas Hernandez, 14 years old, female, 5'1", 71 pounds, curly black hair, found wearing a tube top and black leggings, a metal stud earring, a chain bracelet shaped like the letter W, and a tattoo on her right index finger, red ink, 2 letters, SH. When this detail goes public, someone makes a connection. David has the exact same tattoo, same finger, same red ink, same letters, SH. Suddenly, this isn't just a random body in a stolen car. This is personal. The medical examiner's report reveals more. Celeste was found on September 8th. Her birthday was September 7th. She was supposed to turn 15. She likely didn't make it. And she'd been missing for over a year. Last seen April 5th, 2024. Where had she been for those 12 months? How did she end up in David's trunk? Celeste lived in Lake Elsinore, California, about 80 miles from Los Angeles. She went to school there, had friends, had family. Her mother speaks to TMZ, says one sentence that changes everything. Celeste had a boyfriend named David. Celeste's 18-year-old brother Matthew gives a statement to NBC News. Celeste was on her way to see a movie with him but never returned. David would frequently pick up Celeste in the very Tesla she was found deceased in. The very same car. According to alleged messages, Matthew told someone in private, "I went to the police about it, but they said there wasn't enough evidence." Celeste kept saying he was waiting until she was 18 to get married. Waiting until she was 18. Celeste was 14. A former teacher of Celeste's posts a video that goes viral. He tells his students what he knows. Says Celeste met a rapper from LA on social media. The rapper came and got her. She ran away from home. Was gone for a month. Then the police found her. In Hollywood. Not just LA, Hollywood. Specific location. They brought her back to school. She told people what happened. Then, in May 2024, she disappeared again. And nobody saw her alive after that. September 17th, the same day Celeste is identified. Police execute a search warrant on David's Hollywood Hills mansion. They arrive in force. Unmarked vehicles, dozens of officers, yellow crime scene tape. They spend 12 hours inside, combing through every room, every closet, every drawer. When they leave, they're carrying evidence bags, electronics, items that will be analyzed in the coming days. The house isn't even owned by David. It's leased by his manager. But David was the one living there, filming collaborations, recording videos, living the celebrity lifestyle. The landlord tells Rolling Stone they had no idea a famous musician was renting the property. After the raid, after Celeste is identified, David cancels the rest of his tour, hires an attorney, goes completely silent. No statements, No social media posts. Nothing. But the internet? The internet starts digging, and what they find is disturbing. Celeste loved Hello Kitty. She went missing wearing Hello Kitty Crocs, had Hello Kitty clothes, Hello Kitty phone cases. It was her thing. Someone pulls up David's Instagram. His profile picture? Hello Kitty with an explosion in the background. They scroll through his posts. Hello Kitty keychains on his belt loops. Hello Kitty plushies. Hello Kitty skateboards. December 2024. 8 months after Celeste went missing, David posts a video of himself building Hello Kitty skateboards. Caption: Hello Kitty comes first. I don't make the rules. February 2024. 2 months before Celeste disappeared. David posts on TikTok with the caption, "When your card gets declined at therapy and they bring in that one Hello Kitty girl you met in 2021. 2021. 3 years before she went missing. Then someone leaks a photo, allegedly from one of Celeste's friends. Shows 2 people from the waist down, one wearing Hello Kitty Crocs, the exact same ones Celeste owned. The other wearing pants with a Hello Kitty keychain on the belt loop, the exact same one David wore in his videos. The outfits match. The accessories match. The timing matches. People start going through David's Discord server. Screenshots emerge. Alleged conversations. September 7th, 2022. Someone on the server tells a deleted user, "Happy birthday." The deleted user responds, "Thanks, babe." September 7th. Celeste's birthday. That same deleted user posted photos showing a finger tattoo in red ink. The tattoo reads, David. August 15th, 2024. 4 months after Celeste was reported missing. Someone on Discord writes, "Drop the one, the song with the missing girl, Celeste Rivas Hernandez." They used her full name, called her the missing girl, 4 months before her body was found. Then people find the songs, the unreleased tracks, the leaked demos. One song titled simply, Celeste. Recorded December 2023, 4 months before she went missing. The song explicitly references someone named Celeste, references a tattoo of his name on her chest, references obsession. But that's not all. People start analyzing the music videos, the release dates, the lyrics. September 7th, 2022. Celeste's 12th birthday. David releases the music video for Romantic Homicide. The song had been out since July, but the video drops on her birthday. The video shows David in a suit and blindfold, lying in the rain. He walks to train tracks. Between passing train cars, flashes of a girl in a wedding dress appear. Then she's shown dead on a bloodied mattress. White roses covered in blood. In a behind-the-scenes interview, David explains the meaning. Says the person dies in the back of my mind. Then adds, "I didn't kill her physically, but in the back of my mind she died." People are now asking, why emphasize not physically? March 8th, 2024. 1 month before Celeste disappeared. David releases My House Is Not a Home. The song includes apologies to his mother, his father, and specifically his little sister. Says he's not a little boy no more. Says his brother might have gone insane. The top comment on the video now reads, "Every song is a confession." September 8th, 2023. Exactly 2 years before Celeste's body was found. David releases the music video for Rehab. Animated video. Shows his alter ego Itami on a date with a pretty girl. They drink. Then Itami violently attacks her, cuts off her arm, stabs her in the torso. 2 years to the day before the discovery. That same date, September 8th, 2023, David reposts a TikTok. Shows a crying cartoon character. Text reads, September 8th. Next image shows hands holding roses with thorns sticking through the skin. Lost petals. September 8th. The coincidences keep stacking. Then someone finds a live stream. January 2024, 3 months before Celeste went missing. David is streaming with a young girl. She has curly hair, oversized glasses, a hood covering most of her face. Someone in the chat writes, "You going on Epstein list?" David looks at the girl. "Are we done?" She responds, "We need to delete this." David turns to his mods. Can we delete all the VODs? And as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too. Delete everything. Later in the stream, David puts his hand on the girl's shoulder. I media trained you. No, you didn't, she says. That's controversial. The girl responds, it's controversial of raping kids. Both of them immediately decide to end the stream. David repeats, delete everything, everything goes. The stream ends. February 26th, 2024. 2 months before Celeste disappeared. Someone comments on one of David's TikToks. Waiting for LAPD to get your ass for messing with a 13-year-old girl. February 2024. Celeste would have been 13 years old. People knew, or suspected, or heard rumors, and nobody did anything. But here's where the story gets even more complicated. There are 2 women named Celeste in David's life. One is Celeste Rivas Hernandez, 14 years old, found dead in his trunk. The other is an adult woman, also named Celeste, around David's age, maybe a year or 2 older. And they look similar. Both have curly hair, both wear Gap hoodies, both wear oversized glasses. The adult Celeste has been seen publicly with David, at streamer houses, content creator events. She introduces herself as Celeste. She's in live streams, public appearances. She even changed her Instagram bio to a different Celeste. Jason Dween, a popular live streamer, had to issue a clarification. The girl I met named Celeste at the Faze house is not the same Celeste that was killed. So which Celeste is in which video? Which photos show the minor? Which show the adult? People can't agree. Every photo, every video. Comment sections filled with arguments about which Celeste it is. Some believe this is intentional, that David started publicly dating an adult woman named Celeste, who looks like the child Celeste. So when people accused him of dating a minor, he could point to the adult and say, you're mistaken, she's legal, check her ID. A decoy, a cover story. Police later confirmed that the younger Celeste had multiple fake IDs. She used them to get into 18-plus establishments. So when someone says they saw David with Celeste at a club or party, which one was it? There's video of a girl being rushed backstage at one of David's concerts. Hood pulled up, pink leggings, trying not to be seen. People believe that's the younger Celeste. Hidden, out of sight. While the adult Celeste appears publicly, at streamer houses, shaking hands, introducing herself. One Celeste in the light, one in the shadows. Now people are going back through David's interviews, looking for clues, looking for admissions. In one interview, David talks about his songwriting process. Says he writes about other people's lives, strangers he meets, stories people tell him on Discord. But then he says something else. Something that sounds different now. I feel like the songs I made in 2022 were written in advance. It's crazy to listen to them now and have things connect to me that didn't connect when I wrote them. Like I made them for my future self. Like a diary. A diary written before the events happened. In another interview, the host asks about heartbreak and love. David responds, I'm always looking for writing material. So instead of processing situations, I go straight to my phone and write about it. I'm always expecting it to happen. And as soon as it happens, I'm writing about it. When you say expecting it, the interviewer asks, do you mean you get into friendships expecting them to end tragically so you can write about it? Are you manifesting it? David pauses. Hope I'm not. But it feels that way. These songs are soundtracking my life. September 7th, 2025. The day before Celeste's body was found. What would have been her 15th birthday. David makes his last Instagram post, promoting an album called Withered Deluxe, scheduled to drop September 19th, 2 days after Celeste would be identified. Caption reads, every song written exclusively by me on my phone, baby. Thank you to all my friends who collaborated with me on this. Everyone ate their verses up. Ate their verses up. The album never came out, pulled before release. Celeste's sister reactivates Celeste's old Instagram account, changes the name to Justice for Celeste. Posts a message. We lost our girl, but we did everything. Flyers at her school, TikToks, Instagram, Facebook, police, family searching everywhere. My mom hasn't spoken in a week. She feels she failed her daughter. Our house is quiet and broken. A neighbor from Lake Elsinore who knew Celeste speaks to the LA Times. Says Celeste was studious, hardworking, intelligent. She deserves justice. It's just so sad. The questions everyone is asking. Why hasn't David been arrested? Why no charges? Some say the police are building an airtight case, making sure every detail is perfect before moving forward. Others say the police are covering their own failures. They knew about Celeste. They brought her back from Hollywood at least once. They had reports, and they did nothing. If Celeste had been a white girl from a wealthy family, would the response have been different? Celeste was Latina, from a working-class background, reported missing multiple times, and each time, the system failed her. The investigation continues. The family grieves. David remains silent. No arrests, no charges, no justice. Just questions. And songs. Hundreds of songs, all recorded on a phone. All created in bedrooms and closets and bathrooms. All possibly about Celeste. The girl with Hello Kitty Crocs. The girl with his name tattooed on her. The girl who was supposed to turn 15. The girl found dead in his trunk. David built his career on death. Funerals, caskets, blood, theatrical performances about mortality and loss. And now a real body has been found. A real 14-year-old girl. Really dead. Really in his car. Was it art? Or was he telling us all along? The hearses, the caskets, the bloody white shirts, the blindfolds, the roses covered in blood, the songs released on her birthday, the lyrics about killing someone in the back of my mind, the music videos showing dead girls in wedding dresses, all of it, for years, building to this moment. And we didn't see it. Or we did, and we thought it was just performance, just aesthetic, just art. This is the D4VD case. This is what we know. A 14-year-old girl is dead. A 20-year-old musician is silent. And the world is left wondering if the songs were warnings we ignored.